right, so you guys, look. Coat 1 is complete. Tom, go ahead and show them. Take them down here. Look at this seam. Here's coat 1. Look at the seam. Now, a little bit different than drywall. We just need this seam to close. It doesn't matter that it, if you, obviously we painted over this, you can see a little bit of that. It's closed though, it's completely shut. So that is the goal, because remember, we're going to be flood coating. So any little difference here in the seam, it's going to fill that right in, level it right out. This will be completely seamless when the flood coat goes on. You won't be able to see where these two actually tied. Come on down here, because Tom brought up a good point. And I want to, a lot of times there's just so much information that's in our heads. We're trying to get it all out to you that, a lot of times we just forget. We forget to tell you something because we're so used to, going about our day and just doing everything like we do it. So Tom brought up a very good point. There is another way if you do not want to paint this 3 times. There's probably a lot of people out here that hate painting. You may not even be good at painting. So painting this 3 times might be a chore. Well, Tom actually said something that we feel like we need to tell you all in case you want to another avenue. So now that our first coat is done, the reason we paint 3 times is because of this right here. You see that in the camera? So this is here. This is imperfections in the wood that we have not caused, that you all have not caused if you go out and buy this. This is why we paint 3 times, because in 3 coats, this is going to completely fill in, or at least it's going to go down in there and clog anything at all from possibly breathing. So if you do not want to paint this 3 times, here's the alternative. You have to paint it once, because you need the actual color of the pigment that you are going to use in the resin. Ours is black, so we have to paint this black just because of that. So 1 is crucial. If you want to skip the other 2 steps of painting, then now what you would do is you would mix up just a little bit, 20 ounces or so, clear resin, put your black pigment in there, mix it up, and now because this is black and this is painted, technically you could pour a little bit of that out, take our Bondo squeegee, and seal coat this entire thing. It's going to go in here. It's going to go in all these little places. It's going to clog them. And that way you are 110% clogged. So by putting the seal coat on, you can cheat the other 2 coats of paint if that's what you want to do. And that's perfectly fine. If you go to the trouble of seal coating this right now, then your next step would be to resin. We're just choosing to do 3 coats of paint. We know it's going to work. We're going to save that little bit of resin. It's not much resin, but we already have the paint. We already got everything out to paint, so we're going to go ahead with our 3 coats of paint. But that is a safe alternative for you to do. If you want to skip painting this 3 times, that's the only other way around it to get it completely sealed before that flood coat comes on. But look, I want to show you this. Walk around here. This is why I love Tom, man. He's just he's a beast. Check this out. So we knew this on the front side. This is all our skirting and stuff. Remember that other counter is going to go in just like this one, identical, and it's going to sit in here. We're actually going to notch that counter to sit in this little corner here, and it's going to go all the way down here. So instead of painting this back here black, this is life-proof flooring. So we're actually using this to skirt all this. Right here where the edge of the flooring is, we're going to be trimming that out later on. Once this counter's in, it's finished, we'll do all the detail work. But right now, you can kind of see what we're doing here. This is going to come up. This is going to skirt across. We're going to make that really pretty. The back here is going to be this as well. All this is coming down here on the face. And remember, all our temp boards are out now. These are actually exactly what the homeowner needs for his one little refrigerator. It's going to sit in here perfect. He bought a brand new double refrigerator freezer that's going to set in here. We're going to be having that pump sitting over here with a conduit line running to it. And that's going to feed in through here underneath the shelf, run right back in here and go into his main tank in here that, you know, actually supplies the entire house and drains everything. So we just wanted to give you that tip. So coat one, I'll bring you back in. I'm going to paint this 2 more times and we'll bring you back in and kind of show you where we're at from there. All right, so coat 3 is done and I want to show you something here. This is how you know that I didn't cheat. See how you can barely see the butcher block anymore? There's one little mark right there, like one right there or something. Okay, none of that is above the surface. It's just where you can see it. But I want to tune you in. 3 coats. Tune you into this edge work here. And look at our seam. So there's the seam. You can see it. Barely see it. Now you can see it a little bit more. But my point is the seam is closed. It is closed. It doesn't matter. You can see that little imperfection. If this was drywall, we would put a little skim over that to flatten that out. There's the seam. So I just wanted you to see that. So when we do the flood coat, that's gone. You won't see that at all. And look, you can tell. There's one. There's one. So those are just the rough spots. Look, this almost looks like a seam. But this line was created when I was doing the back and forth on coat 2, when I was going side to side, short side. But let me show you this. Now that that top is picture perfect and beautiful, look at that guy. Now let me show you what me and Tom worked so hard on. Check that out. Now you see. Okay, so this is life-proof floor. None other than life-proof floor. And we took that. We've got a gorgeous black little small outer corner going to go right there. Once the counter goes in up here, same thing with here to overlap that little corner. But I mean, look at the detail. Walk you all the way down here. So it's all about them details and everything coming together. We got clamps out the yin yang. So I went through here, just so you know, I went through here and I painted all the lips, including the rollover from a 2x4. You know, it's got a beveled edge, so we painted the bevels too. Painted all that, painted the floor. That way it makes all that pop. And the edge work of the 2x4, we did not have to fix or trim out or anything. We just painted it. So we're going to end up wrapping a little small piece of outer corner around that just to case that guy out, trim him out. We got all the clamps in place, holding everything. Just like we showed you earlier, the face of that. So there's our cabinet openings now. Just like we showed you earlier, not only did we cut these to receive, so this piece right here that's actually ripped was ripped. The top was discarded or used somewhere else. So the receiving end is actually here, factory, so that we could take this upper piece and tie into it. So everywhere we have the clamps, that was actually tied in. And then we're just going to let all this sit overnight. We actually put a small little bead of power grab on the back side of every bit of this to not only help it lock and hold and keep situated for the night. Tomorrow we'll come in here and take all these clamps off. Now the shelving that goes across there is going to be black. It's going to be 2 shelves, 1, 2, and wide open. I mean, that almost looks like a fireplace now. So we love it. Tom did a hell of a job. You know, both been hard at it all day, and this is the end result. So we can't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow is the flood coat, so get ready.